She was a good woman, but why are the cats so connected to her? Nobody could understand why the animals acted this way. Friends, before we start, drop your country and time in the comments. There was a kind and religious young woman named Sarah. Everyone who knew her, her father, her brother, and her husband, said she had a heart so pure, she seemed like an angel. She was gentle, patient, and always helped others. But after she died, something strange happened. Cats started coming to her grave. They scratched the ground with their paws, cried loudly, and sometimes looked at the sky, meowing sadly. People in the town were scared and confused. They said she was a good woman, but why are the cats so connected to her? Nobody could understand why the animals acted this way. Sarah had grown up in a wealthy family, but her life was full of struggles. She fell in love with a man her family did not approve of, a servant. Because she married him, her family disowned her and took away all her property. Sarah lived a simple life with her husband, away from her family. She never asked them for help. Her only joy was her son Alex, who became her whole world. As Alex grew up, he got a good job to support both himself and his mother. But life brought more sadness. Sarah's husband passed away, leaving her alone with Alex. Despite the hardships, Sarah stayed strong. Years later, she wanted her niece, Emily, to become her daughter-in-law. Alex agreed to let his mother decide. 25 years after being separated from her family, Sarah returned to her childhood home. Everything had changed. Her brother had died, her sister-in-law was sick, and Emily, her niece, was the only heir of the family property. Sarah arranged for Alex to marry Emily. Emily was kind, patient, and thankful. She treated everyone well, including the servants, and quickly became loved by Alex. But life was not easy. Just a month after the wedding, Emily's mother died. Alex loved Emily very much and admired her humble and good nature. 4 months after the marriage, Alex was sent abroad for work. A month later, Sarah called him and said tearfully that Emily had died. Alex could not believe it. Sarah said, "Don't worry, son. She is gone." But Alex felt something was wrong. He went to the cemetery and saw something shocking. Many cats were around Emily's grave, scratching it and crying. Alex asked people in the town and learned the truth. Emily had been hidden alive by his mother, who wanted her property. That night, Alex dreamt of Emily crying, asking for help. He woke up, ran to her grave, and dug it. Inside, there was only a cloth dummy. He realized his mother had tricked everyone. Alex quickly found Emily trapped in a secret place and took her to the hospital. The doctor said she and her baby were safe. Alex hugged her tightly, relieved. He forgave his mother, but Emily gave up her inheritance to end the greed. Alex and Emily left to start a new life, full of love and hope. Sarah's mother stayed alone in the empty mansion, full of silence and regret. Friends, this story shows us how greed can make people do terrible things. But truth and justice always come out, even when it seems impossible. Sometimes even animals can show the innocence and injustice of a person, like the cats at Emily's grave. Think carefully before doing anything wrong in life, because Allah sees everything. Friends, before we continue, I want you to think for a moment. Have you ever seen someone punished not by people, but by the universe itself for their actions? Alex and Emily's story is a reminder of that. After everything happened, Alex and Emily spent a few days in the hospital recovering. The baby was healthy, Emily was safe, and the truth had finally come out. But the thing that shook Alex the most was how the cats at Emily's grave had been trying to show the world that something was wrong. It made him realize that justice can take many forms. Sometimes even animals notice what humans overlook. Alex reflected on his mother's greed, the secrets, and the lies that almost destroyed the life of the woman he loved. He realized that people can hide the truth, but signs of injustice often appear in unexpected ways. The cats had been crying and scratching, almost pleading for someone to save Emily. It was nature's way of showing the truth. As Alex and Emily slowly healed, they talked about the importance of trust, love, and honesty. Alex thought about how easy it is to be blinded by greed or selfish desires. He thought about how his mother's decisions could have changed their lives forever. And he asked himself, how many times do people ignore small signs in their life only to regret it later? Friends, now I want to ask you, what would you have done if you were in Alex's place? Would you have been able to see the signs and act quickly? Or would you have trusted someone blindly only to face the consequences later. Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it, because life is full of lessons hidden in unexpected places. Sometimes the world shows us the truth in subtle ways. It could be a person, an event, or even an animal showing signs we don't notice. The most important lesson is to stay aware, stay kind, and never let greed or selfishness blind your judgment. Friends, the moral of this story is powerful and long-lasting. Greed and selfishness can destroy relationships, lives, and trust. Even if someone appears close to you, if their heart is full of desire for wealth or control, they may hide the truth from you. But Allah, the most just, sees everything. The universe often finds a way to reveal the truth, even through cats crying at a grave. Another important lesson is forgiveness. Alex forgave his mother, even though she had almost destroyed his wife's life. He chose love, hope, and the protection of truth over revenge. Emily gave up her inheritance, showing that sometimes the right choice is to step away from greed and embrace peace. This story teaches us to value honesty, observe the signs around us, and trust our instincts. It reminds us that justice, love, and truth are stronger than lies, secrets, and selfish desires. So friends, whenever you face difficult decisions or notice warning signs in life, remember Alex and Emily. Pay attention, act wisely, and never ignore the signs, even if they come from unexpected places. And most importantly, choose love, integrity, and patience over greed and deceit,